All right, guys. So with this morning's news about Brittney Griner and her detainment in Russia, I am no longer interested in this story, and hopefully I don't have to talk about it anymore. I'm not going to say I'm not going to talk about it, because every time I say I'm not going to talk about a story anymore, I always end up talking about it again. But I'm just saying I'm officially not interested anymore, because we have the information that I've always been wondering since day one, which is, did Brittney Griner in fact smuggle drugs into Russia, or was the Russian government making it up? Was it a complete lie? Were they just detaining her to use her as political leverage against the United States because of the war in Ukraine? And we have our answer today, as Brittney Griner has pled guilty to drug charges in Russia, basically admitting that she in fact did smuggle drugs into the country, okay? Brittney Griner is admitting guilt, okay? So I want to talk about this because there was a angry black woman that slid in my DMs, right? And came after me because she said that, oh, there's no proof that Brittney Griner actually smuggled drugs into Russia, and you should be defending her because she's a black woman and you're a black man. And I told her, who's denying that she bought drugs into Russia, right? Nobody was denying it. Nobody was saying that Russia was lying. The only thing people kept saying is that, well, she shouldn't be locked up. She shouldn't be locked up. Okay, but is Russia lying? Did she actually break the law? Nobody really wanted to address that. And now we know why, because she, in fact, smuggled drugs into the country. So let's read about this, and then I'm going to give my opinion on it and then go from there. Brittney Griner pleaded guilty to drug charges in a Russian court on Thursday. The two-time Olympic gold medalist was arrested in February for allegedly trying to bring vape cartridges containing oils derived from cannabis through a Moscow airport. Quote, "I like to plead guilty, Your Honor, but there was no intent. I didn't want to break the law," she said in court via Reuters. Quote, "I like to give my testimony later. I need time to prepare," she added. Yeah, I would need time to prepare too, right? Time to prepare. How in the world do I finesse saying that I'm guilty? I bought the drugs in the country, but I didn't do it on purpose, right? I didn't want to break the law. I had no intentions of breaking the law, even though she should have known that bringing drugs into a foreign country is breaking the law, right? More than likely, you're breaking the law, okay? But hey, there's people in this world that believe that some people, based off their race, based off their sex, based off their sexuality, should not be held accountable for anything. Griner's guilty plea comes just one day after Russia's foreign minister said during a news briefing that the WNBA star will have the ability to appeal her verdict or apply for clemency and disputed claims made by the U.S. that she was wrongfully detained on February 17th. Quote, "The court must deliver its verdict, but no one is stopping Brittney Griner from making use of the appeal procedure and also from requesting clemency." A spokesperson for the ministry said, adding that, quote, "Attempts to present her case as though the American woman was illegally detained do not stand up to criticism." Yeah, it's definitely not going to stand up to criticism now, considering that she pleaded guilty, right, to the fact that she did smuggle drugs into the country, okay? Yeah, how can you be illegally detained when she actually committed the crime? She admitted that she committed the crime. Again, a lot of these people in the woke media, the mainstream liberal media, they looking real stupid right now. They looking real stupid right now. Even though a lot of them did not go as far as to deny Russia's claims because they knew they were correct, but they're looking stupid in the sense that they keep talking about how Russia didn't have any authority or that they were legally detaining her just because they don't think that she should be held accountable for her actions. Again, it's just silly stuff, man. How can you tell a foreign government whether they should or should not enforce their laws, right? It's ridiculous. Russian-born former U.S. intelligence officer and expert on Russia and Vladimir Putin, Rebecca Koffler, told Fox News Digital on Wednesday that it would be unlikely for Putin to grant Griner clemency in such a highly charged case, and her detention would more than likely be used as a bargaining chip for a prison swap or more. Putin and the Kremlin want to exchange Brittney Griner for Viktor Bout, the merchant of death, no one else. They will drag on the entire process, including appeal, simply as a negotiating tool to get what they want out of the Biden administration, she explained. Bottom line, Putin will use Ms. Griner for his negotiating leverage in a prisoner swap case or something else. The more news this case makes here in the U.S. stirring emotions, the deeper the Russians will dig in their heels, demanding exchange for bout or some other concessions. They know our hot buttons. Well, they know this is making Biden look bad, right? So the more the woke mainstream liberal media makes a fuss about this, the more the Russians like it. And the reason why is because the mainstream liberal media, they don't have anybody else to blame except Biden. They can't blame Trump, right? They can't say it's the orange man's fault. The only person they can look towards is the Biden administration and Kamala Harris, because they are the leaders of this country and they're the ones responsible for getting Brittney Griner out. They have the power to do that, to negotiate with Putin. However, what they're saying is that Biden's weak, Kamala's weak, right? And they're probably all regretting their votes right now, okay? Because, hey, orange man bad. Mean tweets, we don't like it. We don't like it. And they voted for Biden. And guess what? You get what you vote for. You voted a weakling into office, and this is what you get. You get weak foreign policy. There's no doubt in my mind that if Trump was in office, Brittney Griner would be out, right? Or she probably wouldn't even been detained in the first place, because we probably wouldn't even have a war in Ukraine in the first place, okay? And a lot of these people know that's true. A lot of these people in the woke mainstream media right now that are now bashing Biden, that was once his biggest supporters, right? They all know in the back of their minds that, well, if Trump was in office, this wouldn't be the case. I mean, look at all the black people that Trump helped that always got into trouble, whether that was internationally or domestically, okay? You got ASAP Rocky, in which he allegedly almost started a trade war with Sweden over him, right? He helped out LeAngelo Ball. They didn't thank him for it. They didn't give him credit for it, but Trump says he helped out. I believe it. Look at domestically. He got Lil Wayne out, right? He got Kodak Black out. You know, again, all these black people, particularly rappers, that Trump has helped. And you mean to tell me that he want to help Brittney Griner in this situation? I think he would have. I think he would have. But again, the facts don't matter to these people. The fact that Trump has been very, very, very good to black people who've got in legal trouble, particularly famous ones, that don't matter. He's a racist, right? He's a racist according to the mainstream liberal media. He's a white supremacist. Despite the facts, okay? Again, this is why you should listen to them, okay? This is why you should pay attention to what's actually going on. If you was paying attention to what's actually going on, you would know that Trump is not an enemy to black folks. He's not an enemy to black people, okay? Furthermore, Brittney Griner is somebody that has spent a lot of time talking about how bad the United States is as a country, right? How we're so systemically racist. Our justice system is so bad, right? She refused. She said we should stop playing the national anthem at games, okay? She don't even want to stand for the national anthem. She hated this country. It was so bad to people like her. Now she's begging this same country that she claimed was so bad to people like her to get her out of prison, to save her in Russia, because she broke the laws over there, right? She wants this same country that she claims has been so bad to her to get her a get out of jail free card, right? For a crime that she committed. Again, the irony here in this situation is just incredible. It is absolutely incredible, okay? Absolutely incredible. These same people who bash America so much as such a bad country for black folks are the same people boo-hooing and crying to America to save them when they get in trouble abroad. Ain't it funny how that works? Ain't it funny how that works? Why don't you go to Africa? Why don't you beg Africa to save you, right? Beg Africa to save you. Get some African country to do it because, you know, hey, all these black folks looking out for each other, right? Right? You're looking out for each other. Get an African country to negotiate with Russia and to save you, right? That's what you should do. Since it's so bad over here for black folks. Again, I can't think of one country in the world that is better for black people than America. And you got all these Negroes over here complaining and whining about this country when they can't go no other place on earth that is going to treat black people better than we're treated here in the United States. Period. Some of these people should be ashamed of themselves. So yeah, with that being said, the more the mainstream liberal media cries and whines about this, yeah, this does give more negotiating leverage with Putin because it pressures Biden to get Brittney out even more, which means that he's going to have to be willing to do more to get her out, okay? Including giving up prisoners that we don't want to really give up, right? Very dangerous guys. Okay, so again, that's the irony here. The more the woke media whines and cries about this, the more power and negotiating leverage that Russia has. It might get Brittney out, but it's going to come with a cost, right? It's going to come with a serious, steep cost to this country and our national security, and that is the conundrum that we're in right now, okay? Because they don't think that she should face any consequences for her actions, okay? They don't believe in accountability. because she's black and she's gay. Yeah, and a woman, no accountability, right? No accountability whatsoever. Koffler added Thursday, following the news of Griner's guilty plea, that she believes she is doing the right thing despite being involved in a sham trial. Well, the trial might be a sham, but she admitted guilt, right? You still bought drugs to the country. You can't get around the fact that you did it, right? That you put yourself in a situation to be arrested in the first place. The Russians are in charge. Brittney needs to hang tough and have faith that the U.S. government will do everything to get her out. Again, it's funny to me. They call it a sham, which it probably is a sham. But how is it a sham when she's guilty, right? If she says, hey, I'm guilty, you're subject to whatever punishment they're going to give you. So how is it a sham? Now, if she said, I'm not guilty, then you can say, okay, this is a sham, right? Because, I don't know, they're making it up, right? They're lying about her smuggling drugs into the country. But that's not the case because she admitted guilt. She, in fact, smuggled drugs into the country. She added that engaging in a prisoner swap to bring Griner home could be risky in that it would only embolden Russia's spy services to grab more Americans in their territory who unwittingly break Russian laws. But she has sympathy for her situation. Quote, I wouldn't want any American to be in a Russian prison. Bottom line, have faith and pray. Me too. I wouldn't want any American to be in a Russian prison either. But she put herself in that situation. And should we sacrifice our own national security and potentially the lives of other Americans just for her? That's the question. The White House confirmed Wednesday that President Biden spoke with Griner's wife and are actively working to secure Brittney's release as soon as possible, as well as the release of Raul Whelan and other U.S. nationals who are wrongfully detained or held hostage in Russia and around the world. Griner, who has played in Russia for the last 7 years during the WNBA offseason, could face up to 10 years in prison. Her next court hearing is scheduled for July 14th. Ain't that something? She played in Russia for 7 years, okay? 7 years, making millions of dollars. And these people are accusing Putin of being a racist, homophobic, sexist bigot for locking her up because she was breaking the law, okay? She was breaking the law, okay? She played in Russia for 7 years. She was very comfortable going over there. So comfortable that she probably, again, was smuggling these drugs the whole time. The Russians knew about it. And she decided to smuggle drugs at the wrong time in which she could be used as a political prisoner, okay, and an asset to be exchanged for another asset, right, for a Russian asset. Again, she put herself in this own situation, and like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm no longer interested in this story anymore. I had the information I wanted to know. She is, in fact, guilty. She, in fact, did it. So everything that the mainstream liberal media says about this is irrelevant now because she's not wrongfully detained, it's not illegal, and at the end of the day, if she has to face consequences for her actions, it is what it is. I hope they get her out, just like I hope they get other Americans out as well, too, that are in Russia. But I'm not going to sit here and boo-hoo, whine, and cry and complain for her when she put herself in this situation by making multiple mistakes that could have easily avoided putting her in this situation. She shouldn't have went to Russia in the first place, let alone try to smuggle illegal drugs into the country, a country that, again, the State Department was telling Americans don't go to, right? Don't travel to at the time. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.